The new MacBook Air M2 2022 looks so beautiful that you'll be tempted to buy a MacBook Pro instead. In comparison to the previous MacBook Air M1, you get a more powerful M2 chip, a larger and brighter 13.6-inch display, and an enhanced 1080p webcam in an ultra-portable chassis that's 20% smaller. In this video we are reviewing the new MacBook Air M2 2022 and how it blows the competition with its new features. Welcome to TechFronter. On this channel, we discuss the best topics on the best tech and software out there right now. So don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content, so let's get into it. The new MacBook Air costs at $1,199 for $1,899 Australian dollars, which is $200 for 400 Australian dollars more than the previous MacBook Air M1 and only $100 for 100 Australian dollars less than the new 13-inch MacBook Pro 2022 with the same M2 CPU. The new MacBook Air 2022 blows us away by its display, sound, and elegant layout, especially the new midnight blue color. However, given that customers are used to paying $999 for 1,499 Australian dollars for a laptop in this class, the pricing for a MacBook Air seems exorbitant. MacBook Air M2 2022 specs and performance. The MacBook Air M2 boasts the Apple M2 processor, 13.6-inch Liquid Retina display, 2560 x 1664 pixels, up to 500 nits brightness, 18 hours of video playback on a single charge rated MagSafe Thunderbolt charging, up to 67W, storage, 256 GB to 2 TB memory, 8 to 24 GB, 1080p webcam, 11.97 by 8.46 by 0.44 inch dimensions, 2.7 pound weight, a 10-core GPU option is available for quicker graphics performance and better gaming, but it's only available on the MacBook Air's $1,499 version. There's 8 GB of unified memory to begin with, but it can be expanded to 16 GB or 24 GB. MacBook Air M2 2022 price and release date. The MacBook Air 2022 has not yet have a release date or even a pre-order date, but Apple has stated that it will be available in July. The starting price of $1,199 for 1,899 Australian dollars is the highest we've seen for an Air in a long time. The MacBook Air M1 is still available for $999 for 1,499 Australian dollars from Apple. The MacBook Air M2 comes with an 8-core CPU, 8-core GPU, 8 GB of unified memory RAM, and 256 GB of SSD storage for $1,199 for 1,899 Australian dollars in its base configuration. The $1,499 for 2,349 Australian dollars variant adds a 10-core GPU and 512 GB SSD for extra graphical power. The $1,199 for 1,899 Australian dollars Air comes with a 30W USB-C power converter, while the $1,499 for 2,349 Australian dollars model comes with a 35W twin USB-C port adapter, allowing you to charge 2 devices simultaneously. Upgrades to 16 GB of unified memory will set you back $200 for 300 Australian dollars, and 24 GB will set you back $400 for 600 Australian dollars. 500 GB, $200 for 300 Australian dollars, to 2 TB, $800 for 1,200 Australian dollars of storage are available. Unfortunately, the fast-charging 67W power adapter costs an additional $20 for 30 Australian dollars. MacBook Air M2 2022 design and colors. The new MacBook Air 2022 is small and light, which is the first thing I noticed about it. The weight has only decreased marginally, from 2.8 pounds to 2.7 pounds, but the entire design has lowered by 20% in volume when compared to the MacBook Air M1. It's also thinner, at 0.4 inches versus 0.6 inches for the previous generation. At the same time, unlike some magnesium-based computers, the MacBook Air M2 does not feel overly light. This is still a rock-solid aluminum unibody design. With the MacBook Air 2022, Apple offers 4 color options: Midnight Blue, Starlight, Pale Gold, Space Gray, and Silver. The Midnight option is one of my favorites since it changes from a dark blue to a brighter blue depending on how the light hits it. The MacBook Air Midnight has personality without being overbearing. MacBook Air M2 2022 ports. On the connector's front, the MacBook Air 2022 keeps things simple, with only 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports on the left side. On the left, there's a MagSafe charging connector. For those who still use wired headphones, the right side has a headphone jack. Personally, I prefer the MacBook Pro 14-inch, which also has an HDMI port, to have an SD card slot. However, I see why Apple would want to save these ports for the more expensive Pro model. Even so, a second USB port on the right side of the MacBook Air chassis would have been welcome. Unfortunately, the new MacBook Air does not allow several external monitors at the same time. The MacBook Pro 2022 is no exception. That's a shame, because some high-end laptops, such as the Dell XPS 13, can accommodate twin external monitors. MacBook Air M2 2022 display and speakers. Because of the enhanced brightness of 500 nits, the new MacBook Air boasts the most pro-level display yet. This is one vibrant and vivid panel, and owing to Apple shrinking the borders, it's now a little bigger at 13.6 inches, up from 13.3 inches. When I watched some footage from Apple TV Plus Prehistoric Planet, the 2560x 1664 pixel panel appeared vibrant. I could even pick out fine details on one especially menacing looking dino's nose. This is one of the greatest displays for the money this side of an OLED screen, with support for 1 billion colors, wide color support P3, and True Tone built in. While I could live without the notch at the top, it isn't too bothersome. The new Air, thanks to a 4-speaker sound system placed between the display and keyboard, is the best sounding laptop in the line yet in terms of audio. During a demo, I was blown away by the volume and clarity. However, in comparison to the Pro, the bass is noticeably weak. MacBook Air M2 2022 webcam. The 1080p webcam, which captures a more shapely image than the previous 720p camera, is one of the most welcome enhancements of the MacBook Air 2022. Plus, Apple claims that this sensor will function twice as well in low light. When I waved to the camera on FaceTime at the demo area for the new MacBook Air, the picture quality appeared to be significantly enhanced. However, we'll have to see how well this camera performs in various lighting settings. MacBook Air M2 2022, battery life and charging. Despite its smaller size, the MacBook Air promises long battery life. The new MacBook Air 2022 is rated for 18 hours of video playing and 15 hours of Wi-Fi web browsing by Apple. However, neither of those figures differ from what Apple claims for the M1 MacBook Air. To examine these claims, we'll run the new Air through our battery test. The charging diagram for the MacBook Air 2022 is a little more complicated than it should be. The basic setup includes a 30W USB power converter. However, the 35W twin USB port adapter costs $20 per 30 Australian dollars extra. It's included with the $1,499 per 1,899 Australian dollars variant. The 67W USB-C charger costs $20 per 30 Australian dollars more than the normal charger and allows 10-core GPU standard. In addition, the Pro has a battery life of up to 20 hours of movie playback. However, the new MacBook Air will suffice for the great majority of purchasers.
Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. All of the product links are in the description below.